This video is about the removal and replacement of the bobbin winder. The bobbin winder comes in two parts. The first part is the engaging lever system. This is the engaging lever. The engaging lever little system is made up of the lever. First we have the screw, then we have the lever, then there is a washer, and then there is the spring. The spring is larger than the circumference of the washer, so the spring will fit over the washer either way. And the second part is the bobbin winder spindle and friction ring assembly. This device has two screws, and the two screws are this larger one here and this smaller one here. But this is the screw to remove and reinstall the spindle and friction ring assembly. So first I'll start with taking off engaging lever system. Here we're lined up. There's the screw that I'm going to remove. But what I wanted to show you is that's where the one end of the screw goes. That's where the one tab is. It sticks. That's where the hook end of the spring is, where the wire is. And then we have this small part over here. So all I'm going to do is take that off, get a screwdriver, and of course I am going to hold the device while I undo that screw because there is a spring in there. If anything falls, it falls into tight, deep spaces, I've noticed. Anyway, there's the screw. And then I take the lever and I remove it also. And then I get both the washer and the spring at the same time. And they are both in the metal, the magnetic tray. Here's another view. And what I'd like to point out here is if we look up here towards the top of the screen, that's where this oil shield is anchored on that screw. And it is not screwed onto that screw. That screw is not threaded into this oil shield. But that's how this thing is secured. That's how it is positioned, by being anchored on the screw that came through to hold the faceplate on, or the stitch faceplate, whatever, control plate, I guess. And that is held in that spot by the screw that we just took out right there. So now, like I mentioned, I don't touch that screw, but this is the screw that I have to undo in order to remove the spindle. So I have to remove the screw, the spindle, and the spring. And once again, we're dealing with springs. And this one is a pretty strong spring. That spring seems to be under much more tension than that one. And this is the bobbin winder spindle and friction ring assembly. Here we go. I'm just going to put my thumb behind there and undo that. There. And my magnetic screwdriver has helped me there. And the nice thing about this is that there's the screw, the spring, and the device. It's all very simple and compact. All right. I'm going to start with the spindle and friction ring assembly. And there's the parts there, so I'll gather them up. All right, the spring has to end up looking something like that. This cannot be there, and it cannot be there. That is the correct position for that, and that is how that will end up looking on the piece. So I'll get the spindle and the friction ring, and I'll locate that like that, and then I'll place the spring in general position like that. I'm just leaving it hanging there, and I'm getting that screw. Don't drop the screw, Jebb. Thank you. And this is not a difficult maneuver. It looks more difficult than it is. Or maybe it was just me thinking it was complicated. But this spring has to go like that. That spring has to be there. Then I put that for the screw. Did I get it? Did I hold it in position? Did it slip out? Let's see. Let's see how we did. Okay, the spring is still in position. So I really need to get my screwdriver, my screw centered. There. Let me get the screw. Let me get the screwdriver. There. And that is correct. We'll have another look at it. There's another close-up view here, and what I'm pointing out importantly, of course, is the spring. So there's the one end of the spring there, and it is there. It's not here or here. It is correct. And then we see the other end of the spring down there. There's the screw that we tightened. There's the screw that we don't adjust anything. We don't do anything with that. So now here is our hole where the screw for the engagement lever system will go. I've got a washer and a spring and a lever and a screw. So there's the parts for the engagement lever device. There's the screw, the lever, the washer, and the spring. Alright, before I actually put it together, I just want to put this spring on there just for a second. You'll notice that the spring is going to go on like that. There's a little tab here turned down. That has to go right there like that. So when that's there like that, this other hooked end, it's kind of right here. And that's where it needs to be. So let me get the washer. And now we have, there is the spring and the washer in position. So now I need to get the lever and the screw. I'm going to hopefully get it in first time maybe. And at this point I'd like to get the screw threaded. So I have to realign the spring. So I have everything secured, I believe. I'm going to remove the screw for a minute and the lever and put my spring and washer in position again. There's a little bit of a knack to it. So now what I'm trying is I put the screw through the lever and the washer, and what I want to do is I want to get the screw threaded, at least started. Right on. Now before I tighten that, I have to ensure that the spring is in the correct position. Okay, we're looking for spring. It's there, and the washer is there. Fair enough. Okay, the screw is through the lever again. There's my spring friend and my washer friend. I could feel that seat. That was a good shot. There, so now it's on, but it's loose. I'm going to make sure that it's correct there and it's correct there. Let's have another look. As we can see, I need to have, where's the upper? The upper is right here. Everything is in position now. Here is the little hook. So that's hooked on there. And then our other little wire that goes down is right there. And to test it, all I do is just that. There. So that was the removal and replacement. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to do that again. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to you. I would humbly ask, please subscribe. Thank you. And please stay safe. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your arts, your creativity, your machine. And the next video of the channel will more than likely be the CAMSTACK, the process of removing the CAMSTACK. And I want to remove the CAMSTACK because I want to clean underneath it. There's that worm gear on the horizontal arm shaft. So I want to clear as much of the horizontal arm shaft as I can. So that's what will be happening. Anyway, thanks friends. Adios amigos.